Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Functional Longevity Podcast, where we give insight on how to get fit, feel younger, and live better. I'm your host, Chris Borda, best-selling author and owner of Y.E.S Fitness. And first, let me take time to thank you for listening to what we have to say today. It's a busy time of year. We have a lot of family around. It's yesterday. Hopefully, everybody had a wonderful Christmas yesterday, and people traveling. So to take some time to listen to what I have to say, I do appreciate that. And before I really get started, let me thank our sponsor, Y.E.S Fitness. Most people lose the ability to enjoy life as they age. At Y.E.S Fitness, we help people age 40 plus get fit so they can live longer and enjoy those extra years doing the things we love to do. Just some quick housekeeping here. If you want to get a timestamp or a transcript of today's broadcast, head on over to yesfitnessct.com. Click on the podcast button, and it'll give you access to any one of our now 277 broadcasts. And you can get this broadcast wherever podcasts can be found. So today we have a special guest, Tom Shea. Tom, thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
Tom's been with us how long now?
Over 2 years.
Is it that long already?
Yeah,
2 years?
Yeah.
Oh my Lord, does time fly?
Yeah.
Crazy. Wow. You know, COVID just messed up time.
I know.
Time frame, everything. Every time I think of something, I think, was that before COVID, after COVID? And if it was before COVID, now we're going on 4 years, right? It's just, it really is, I know, messed up my ability to figure out what day of the week it is and how long we've been doing this. But so Tom's been with us for a couple of years now, and I invited him on to just talk about his experience here with us. So thanks for coming on. He's a male, so we do have males that come to our facility.
There's a few of us.
There's a few of you, right?
Yeah.
A lot of them are husbands of the females that come here. So, but it's cool. It's a good environment. So let's just get started right now, Tom. So what were the problems you were having before you joined Y.E.S Fitness? What were you dealing with? What was your struggles?
Well, definitely lower back pain.
Mm-hmm.
Like I had a S1L5, I think.
Yeah.
Disc contusion, kind of like slamming. I was trying to run to get back in shape on the treadmill, and I got some extremely pretty intense back pain.
Mm-hmm.
So I had an X-ray, and they said, "Hey, this is going on in your back." And then I said, "What can I do to get rid of that?" And he looked at my front, and he said, "You need to fix that to fix your back." So he goes, "You got to lose weight. You got to get your core strong, and that'll help your back."
Mm-hmm. Obviously, in the screen here, you can't see Tom's front. Tom's front is looking better than it did 2 years ago, right?
Thank you.
and you have a pretty hands-on job. You work for, I forget who, but you do landscape.
Mm-hmm. Irrigation.
So irrigation. So that had to be debilitating a little bit, going out there every day with some back pain and having to deal with that. Because I've had herniated discs years ago, and it's not a whole lot of fun.
Push, pull, walk, dig, drive, like all of that all day long, plus 10,000 steps.
10,000. So you were in some discomfort.
Yeah.
So what did the frustration feel like as you were trying to solve these problems? What did you try to do to solve it before you came here? Anything?
Well, obviously, some medication, obviously like Aleve or like some ibuprofen. And then, that's just a mask.
Right.
That doesn't. And, I started drinking more water. I started getting hydrated. But being frustrated the most was I kind of realized how old I was. I think I was playing around with like around 50. And then I realized one time I was like, I think now is the time. Because I was playing soccer before because of my bad back. I put that to rest.
That's too bad.
And then I started, I'm like, I can do something else. So
are you over 50?
53.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. 50 turns a switch in everybody's head. You're like, wait a minute.
50 was, to me, was diet, exercise, less alcohol, like things like that. So,
let's get it together.
Yeah.
I remember 50 going after it a little bit.
Yeah.
But I always go after it anyway. So, so you came on board here. Did you ever go to gym before?
Yes.
So what makes us different than other gyms?
I've never had a trainer. I've never been in a group setting before. and I never have seen the variety that I see right now.
Mhm.
Like, I consider myself a pretty good athlete.
Yeah.
Like, I love training. I love practice.
Mhm.
Like, those things I've been pretty good at. Like, if I want to be good at something, I have to work hard for it. That
Right,
doesn't
right.
come natural for me.
Mhm.
So by coming in here and then someone's showing me the exercises with good form, it was good for me.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So yes, you do train in a group.
Mhm.
Sometimes those groups are light. Sometimes it can be 10 to 12 people.
Mm.
And do you feel that, you got a back issue, so you got to make sure that you have good form, that the coach is able to give you the attention you need even with that many people in the room?
As long as I do, I think it's important to, when they show the exercises to the group, I am over in the corner and I do, like, I call it air exercise
Yeah,
to make sure I do it.
Right.
I got it
Okay. Yeah.
myself. That's how I
Right,
do it.
right,
So,
right.
it's all about form.
Mhm. Absolutely.
It's not about
Absolutely.
the weights. It's about getting in the reps and
Mhm.
getting the form right.
Mhm.
So,
Tell us about when, or the moment when you realize things were actually helping you, things were actually changing, like you were going in the right direction. Can you remember that moment?
about a year ago,
Mhm.
it was summertime.
Mhm.
And I, like, the most results I got initially was from like hips, legs, calves, like all
Lower
toned
body.
out. Yeah,
Right,
all
right.
like strong.
Uh-huh.
And one of my family members made a compliment to me,
Yeah,
like,
nice.
about, hey, you're looking really good. Like,
Not Amy.
no.
Amy's his wife.
Yeah, it was into somebody else. But anytime you get a compliment that's, hey, you're looking really
Absolutely.
good, like,
Yeah.
and I'm like, it's paying
Uh-huh.
off.
Mhm.
Yeah. So in the back, since is zero pain,
Nice.
zero discomfort, no flare ups
Wow.
since I've been here at the gym. So it's 2 years.
Let's knock on wood. The lower body is so important for the health of the back. Your glutes, your backside is super important.
The bigger muscles.
The bigger muscles. We,
Yeah.
we do total body workouts. We don't do a whole lot of curls and tricep work
Yeah.
here, but it's the global exercises that really get the body, and a functional exercise, get the body prepared to get rid of that, alleviate that pain. So it's all working together better like that. So that's all good stuff. I'm glad that we were able to do that. I forget because I don't coach you.
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm here at night, there's a problem.
Yeah.
If I'm coaching at night, there's a problem. But I don't even remember if I onboarded you. Did I onboard you? Did I?
We did it together.
That's a long time ago.
Oh, it's been a while. Yeah.
It's been a while. I kind of forget, but I'm glad things are going. So tell us how life looks now that the problem's been solved.
Well, more energy, better. Like I said, my diet is better. So I have this little model I've been living for a while, that if you exercise your body, your mind will follow. So eat better, exercise, read, less alcohol. It's always better.
Yeah, it's as difficult in the Northeast because it gets dark so early and it's cold. It's cold, right? So, you find yourself wanting to sit there and binge on Netflix, or next thing you know, you're mindless eating.
Yeah.
So if you have
Boredom eating.
that mantra that you have in your mind, just that little plan that you have in place is helping you be successful. You can't get to where you want to go if you don't have a plan. So no, that's good. That's nice. I like that, man. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
So what would you say is the biggest difference between Y.E.S Fitness and the other places that you've tried?
Well, like I mentioned earlier, it's variety. I've done more exercises here. Like, I've done the Gold Gym. I've done the training in college. I've been to other, like, memberships that all they do is want to get a member, and then they don't follow your progress at all as a client. We're here. It's definitely the variety, and then core all the time. Like, there's core every time I come here.
Yeah.
And that's made a big difference for my back.
Core obviously is. We do specific core exercises all the time, but I don't think what people realize is that, you guys can't see around my facility here. We don't have machines.
Yeah.
The only machines we have are pull down machines, cables on the other side, because as soon as you sit down on a machine, your core is no longer involved. Now, maybe if you're doing bodybuilding and you want to really isolate that muscle, we do almost every exercise that we do involves core training. So that stabilization, that transfer of power from the body, from the floor up through the body to whatever weight you're losing or whatever it might be, is so important in designing a program. Because in real life, we're not sitting down. We're not
Right.
picking up groceries. You're not pushing and pulling at work, sitting down, right?
Yeah.
So the body needs to learn how to stabilize the core, because that's really what the core is there for, to stabilize and to be able to transfer power from the lower body to the upper body, lower body. So that's a key to it all. So you mentioned to me the other day, and if you don't feel comfortable answering this, you're more than welcome not to answer this, but you mentioned some things. You went to your doctor and you got some results that you were really happy with.
Oh, so I had it's been wellness checkup month for me, which it was primary care. I was a dentist, and then it was a dermatologist, right?
Okay.
So all in one month.
All in one month. Yeah, get it out of the way.
Yeah, I did. So primary care. So I've had like hypertension because it's hereditary. So I take medication for that, but I have to watch that with exercise and my body weight. So that is down,
Nice.
right? Weight is down. Heart rate at rest is down, and the doctor was like, he's like, I need more visits like this. Because he didn't know what to do. He was like, everything's going good. I don't know what to tell you. So he's like, what are you gonna do for yourself? And we have a nice relationship. But it was really, really helpful. I walked out of there and I was like, it's rare you go to a doctor and he gives you like a pat on the back and a thumbs up, and I got that. And I was like, well, we talked about you gotta come to the gym. Yeah. You gotta come. You can come. I'm like pretty religious now. I get my days in and stuff, and then it's really paid off. And
I know that's got to be very gratifying for you, because you've put in the effort, you've put in the work, and you've seen the results. And you mentioned that it took almost a year before you really started to feel a little bit different, things like that.
Yeah.
People want that instant gratification, and that's not what works.
Yeah.
That's not what's going to last all the time.
A couple of things you mentioned before is you don't get out of shape overnight.
Yeah.
So you don't get in shape overnight either.
Exactly.
So, and if you're 50, you got to be realistic. Like, I think it's 18 months, like, to really put in, it's like a journey with no destination, right? It's forever now. It's not like, oh, I'm in shape, I'm going to stop. No, it's like all the way.
It's funny. I tell this story all the time. Not so much over here in group, but in private side. I have a client, Joanne, that's been with us, 15 years, probably, maybe 20 years. And in her first sessions, she said to me, Chris, how long do I have to do this? I said, you have to do this till they put the nail in your coffin. Because if you don't start now. Because whatever you do, you're going to lose. Yeah. So you just have to do it. How often you get here?
3 days a week.
3 days a week. Perfect.
Yep. Yeah.
Absolutely. That's perfect.
But 3 days a week, and then in the summer it's 10,000 steps every day, 5 days a week.
Oh,
so 50,000 steps a week plus 3 days at the gym. And
right.
So, I have another motto too, is that you can't continue to do nothing. That is not a way to be. You have to do something.
Yeah.
So
that's not an option.
Yep.
What's your favorite exercise?
Well, when I started here, I couldn't plank. So now I can plank for a minute.
Nice.
Yep.
Nice. And what exercise do you hate the most?
Valve slides. Anything involved with the valve slide. And everyone in my class knows how Tom feels about valve slides.
They are a torture device, because they just allow for no cheating.
Yeah, exactly.
You just can't cheat. So it's very cool. Very cool. So what would you tell somebody who might be on the fence about trying us out down here?
Absolutely. What would I tell them?
Yeah. What would you tell
them? I would tell them that it'll change your life if you dedicate yourself. But a lot, like we talk about, it's a lot about nutrition. It's a lot about exercise. So they kind of roll together. And I would definitely tell one or two guys that I work with that it would help them. Yeah.
I don't think exercise, I believe, is very misunderstood. Most people think exercise is just to lose weight.
Oh, right.
And that's so untrue. It can help you lose weight, help you maintain weight, but if your nutrition's not on, it's a whole package.
Yeah.
You got to be sleeping right. You got to have enough de-stress. You got to be drinking enough water. Your nutrition needs to be spot on. Exercise is important, and the right mindset. When you have those 6 things, then you can really make changes in your life.
Yeah.
But if you try and just do one of those, I mean, you can start with one, but you got to have the idea that I got to fix all those. Because if any one of those things, it's like 3 legs in a table. When you lose one of those legs, the table's falling over.
Yeah.
It's just all part of it. It's all part of it together. Well, I really appreciate you taking time today, Tom,
Thanks for having
to share what your journey with us. This is why we do this. I mean, I feel real good right now that, we've been able to help you. You're a good guy. Known you for a long time.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I really appreciate you taking time.
Thanks.
I hope you have a Merry Christmas. Say
You
hello to
too.
Amy for me. And we're all good.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. So you guys check us out next Tuesday where we're going to give you more information on how to get fit, feel younger, and live better. Hey, Happy New Year.